Not only ranked as the most popular oatmeal stout on the market, it's ranked as the best, earning the highly coveted score of 100 on Beer Advocate. We go to Grand Rapids, Michigan for Founders Breakfast Stout, also the most popular beer for the brewing company. Now, this beer can trace its origins back to 2001, a time when complex beers were still very rare. Now, an early founder's story from this time tells how a patron gave Dave Engbers, one of the founding members, some chocolate-covered espresso beans that he washed down with the porter. All the flavors went together so well, and thus Founder's Breakfast Stout was born. Such innovation and daring paid off beer after beer. A Founders Brewing Company calls it a double chocolate coffee oatmeal stout, and the coffee lover's consummate beer. Brewed with an abundance of flaked oats, bitter and imported chocolates, and 2 types of coffee, this stout has an intense, fresh roasted Java nose topped with a frothy cinnamon-colored head that goes forever. And some years after, they kind of dappled a little bit with the idea of barrel aging, because the flavors seemed to warrant that. Jack Daniel's Distillery found the barrel aging of beer amazing and agreed to provide barrels. The Kentucky Breakfast Stout was the resultant beer, and many other barrel-aged beers would follow, but that'll be covered in our KBS review. So for the Breakfast Stout, the coffee comes from hometown neighbors of Founders Brewing, Ferris Coffee and Nuts. A very interesting story on Founders' website, as a matter of fact, about how this small coffee company fell out of favor with Founders and then embarked on an ambitious journey to win back their role as the roaster for Breakfast Stout. It comes into us at 8.3% ABV, IBUs are 60, and is available year-round. They also have some Founders Breakfast Stout merchandise you can get on the Founders website, including a mug, Breakfast Stout tea, and a Breakfast Stout tin sign, which is, of course, the iconic kid eating his oatmeal. Probably not eating the actual breakfast stout. As far as food pairings go, maybe gingerbread cookies, or maybe a slow-cooked beef dish or pulled pork sandwich. Also goes well with rich chocolate cake, a stack of pancakes, or even with a simple bowl of ice cream. Now, amazingly, even though I've had it several times, and I could have sworn I reviewed it, and looking back into my archives, I have not done a video review of Founders Breakfast Stout, so looking forward to doing it. All right, I'm definitely learning that on occasion, some of these beers that I thought I had reviewed, I had not. And this definitely is one of them. I cannot believe I've never reviewed Founders Breakfast Stout, quite frankly, at least on a video. So this will be a first time as far as reviewing, definitely not a first time as far as trying it. So number 1, Oatmeal Stout. There you see the kid eating his oatmeal, not drinking the oatmeal stout. Thank goodness. This was bottled on January 1st, 2021. It is currently March the 22nd of that same year, so definitely well within, the range of freshness. And we see that kind of jet black pour, maybe a little bit of a brown pour on this beer. Very, very brown head on it as well, as you can see. Very dark, very chewy looking. Can't see much of my hand through it, about a finger of head or so. Good lacing. Aroma-wise of Breakfast Stout. Wow, definitely getting that coffee sensation. This is really, really an amazing smelling beer right off the bat. And a little bit of the chocolate, almost like a powdery chocolate smell to it. Very, very rich, very creamy aroma. Really just a very, very pleasant overall aroma for this. Taste-wise. Great balance. That coffee / chocolate, milk chocolate kind of hits you right on the top of the tongue. A little bit of roasted roasty kind of toasted notes in the back of the throat a little bit. Very very warming, but almost like a non-alcohol kind of warming, if that makes sense. This is 8.3% ABV, so it's fairly high up there in the ABV range. However, it doesn't taste so. It doesn't really taste very harsh, I guess you could say. Some of these beers might be, but man, this is just an excellent, excellent beer. Definitely tasting the chocolate, Definitely tasting the coffee. So that company that roasts the coffee for Founders Breakfast Stout, I mean, I think it makes a big difference. I couldn't imagine them not doing that. I'm sure there's other great coffee roaster places, but this really adds it. And this is probably the best coffee infused beer that I've ever had. So I love it. I'm going to go ahead and give Founders Breakfast Stout a perfect score, a 10 out of 10. It's number one on the oatmeal stouts in popularity and number one as far as critical acclaim as well. So a real winner, Founders Breakfast Stout.